What I was going to say, yesterday I had mentioned to Jake, I don't know the people that follow, but I have been transitioning back from DC. So I ended up getting a job as a social media manager of a clothing store.
Okay.
But on top of that, it's a children's clothing store.
All right.
So one of my question was, one of their questions was, do you like kids? That was their, that was their question.
Oh boy.
So, I don't dislike kids. So I answered it honestly. I said, I really like my nieces, Maggie and Lydia. That's what I said,
And you really
which was true,
do. You
which is
really
true.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that dodged a bullet as far as, answering the question, do you like kids? Yeah, they're okay. but, but, so I did get the job. However, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to work from home as well.
Ooh, even better.
So that'll save me the drive to Johnson City every day. But my question was, we were talking maybe last show, where you had said that even doing all the projects, you would do those projects for free because the success isn't what like the money you make from it or the fame. You have all these little side ventures that you can do. So as you're pursuing film and all, writing and directing and all these things, how do you keep, and I've wondered this often for many celebrities, like in Tootsie, they were waiting tables and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So what kind of a job I guess the question would be, would you feel lower if you had to do a job just to maintain what you love to do? Like you're trying to film, let's say you have to do, would you feel bad about yourself? You're waitressing, waiter, whatever it may be. And then people approach you, oh, I thought you were doing this. They don't really understand, yeah, I'm doing this so I can pursue, the dream of filmmaking or whatever it could be. Have you ever encountered any kind of thing like that?
Do they recognize you?
Well, I mean, I've not
Well,
been recognized yet,
no, but
but
I mean, in the
in the
scenario.
scenario,
Yeah.
yeah, let's say you're a waiter, or you have to, you're working like anywhere really other than what you really want to do, and you are recognized, and it is pointed out, you're working here. What are you doing working here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had so what I do instead of like waitering or whatever, which I would totally do that. Like if I lived in LA, like if I was like moving to LA and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do, I would do just about anything within my moral compass
Right.
to work, because, or New York, same thing. But what I've ended up doing is I've gone the education route, because like I can teach from anywhere for these
Yeah.
online jobs. But when I was residential, it was interesting because I was teaching a lot of students and I was telling them about like my past experiences, and I had many of them say, well, what are you doing here? Like if you like, why are you here? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you just go like be doing it full time? And then I kind of explained to them, but it was a little bit, I, it always felt a little bit awkward, because I was like, I could just like peace out and go to LA and do it.
Yeah.
I could just try to like hustle wherever I am and, go the YouTube route or the traveling route. But it always made me feel a little bit awkward, because because there's no great answer to
No.
that question. But you know what? Honestly, the great answer, I think, which I always should say, is, I'm doing what I got to do to live this dream. I was like, this is my dream. I'll do whatever I want. So, and why do I care about, some 19-year-old kid who was
True.
born in the 2000s?
That's
I don't
true
care what
too.
they have to say about it. Which
That's
I'll
true.
say this, looking back, it's a lot easier to say that than it is when they're like staring me down and
Yeah. Yeah.
with their future ahead
Yeah.
of them. And
Well,
mine
I've had a
is
few people
behind
in the
me.
past, I was at the ABC store working, and which was it's a fun job to have. It's an easy job. I enjoy it, and it's pays pretty decently. But it was funny because somebody heard my voice there, and they're like, "Is that Adam Chafin?" And I happened to raise
Nice.
up, and I went. And the funny thing is, I did not know the person at all, but they knew who I was. I'd never seen them before in my entire life. They knew the radio show. They knew Virginia Running. They knew the
Wow.
zombie movie that I had made in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Never seen this person, and I know, I might not always remember the name, but I'll never forget the face.
Yeah.
Never seen this person.
Wow.
And they were like, "What are you doing working here?" And I don't think I said, well, I don't even remember what I said. And stuff like that always makes me feel kind of awkward, like you said. But sometimes I feel belittled. And I was thinking about how didn't you work for, what was the clothing place where you took the calls?
J. Crew.
J. Crew.
Yeah.
J. Crew.
Answered calls for a while.
And because I was thinking about, a lot of the things that you've said that you've had to do. You've had to work at the daycare that time.
On and off for 6 years at the daycare. I cleaned textbooks for 2 summers.
Well, didn't you drop the textbook on your toe one time?
Yeah, I did. It's funny because I have the same injury right now. I feel like I broke my foot with the crank of a noodle macaroni. No, not macaroni. Pasta maker.
Okay.
We got a pasta maker, and I dropped the thing, and I feel like I broke my foot on the same spot. But yeah, I did that. Of course, then I mascotted. Nobody knew who I was. That was
right.
That's incognito one. And then I cleaned horse stalls for a while.
I didn't know this.
Yep, that was my first job. Was cleaning horse stalls.
Oh, so it wasn't virtual horse stalls.
No. Oh, I was shoveling manure, which is interesting because I have a fear of horses. It's one of my many things that I'm afraid of. And then I worked at I worked at a movie theater.
Yeah.
That might be all my jobs.
Yeah, I've not had that many either.
Yeah.
Not had that many.
But yeah, but you know what? The crazy thing, I think it was Will Smith. I was listening to Will Smith's story about his rise to fame, and he had put out, him and DJ Jazzy Jeff had put out some songs, and they were doing all right, and he was recognizable, but he blew all of his money, and he wasn't making much money. When you're early on in your career like that, but you're not making the money. They're making the money because they're investing in you long term. So what happened was he didn't have a car, he didn't have everything, so he's taking public transportation, and he was going to like one of his jobs or something, and somebody on the subway or whatever, I guess he was in Philadelphia or LA, I don't know where it was, said that they recognized him, and he's like kind of hidden back in the corner with like his, like, I don't know, whatever his work shirt was on, and they were like, "What are you doing here? Like, you're a celebrity, like you're a famous musician, why are you here?" And then he said that very shortly, that's when he just kind of busted in on this party and told this guy, he's like, "Oh, you want to start a show? I want to be in it, like do it based off of my life," or whatever.
And that's kind of how it started up then.